If you've ever felt completely overwhelmed by portrait photography, or just at a loss of what to focus on to take you to that next level, then come hang with me. I help guide portrait photographers just like you to stay clear and sharp in camera and with your goals. I'm your host, photographer, educator, and weirdly positive mama of four, Emily Supio. And this is the Stay Focused podcast. Photography advice to help you stay focused. Hey there, I'm Emily Supio, and thank you so much for pressing play on today's episode of the Stay Focused podcast. I know that there are so many places online to learn more about photography, and I am truly grateful that you decided to learn with me today. Now, if you have a second or two and you get value out of this episode, or even if you've listened to past episodes and have really liked them, I would be so grateful if you would head over to iTunes and leave a rating and review for the podcast. That helps get the podcast in the hands of other new photographers who are also looking for a place to learn. And with that said, too, if you have any friends that are interested into photography, or maybe they've just gotten a new camera, or they're thinking about starting a business with their camera, if you would share a link to this episode here, maybe text it to them, or next time you're out having coffee with them, show the podcast to them on your phone, I would be even more grateful. I love building up this photography community, helping each other out, and helping other photographers learn. So I would be so grateful if you would spread the word about the Stay Focused podcast. Now, today I want to break into a story about how I started to grow my photography business. Because like you, I started with just really wanting to learn the camera to get better pictures of my kids. I didn't run out and buy an expensive camera. I had to borrow a camera from my dad. And I've shared that story before, where I was learning on a really old Canon Rebel model. I was learning on the Canon XSI. And like I said, it was a borrowed camera, but I knew that I wanted to do more with photography. I enjoyed it so much. And in the beginning, I wasn't good. I wasn't great, but I knew I had something. I knew I had that creative mind. I had that creative vision. I just didn't know how to turn my hobby, my passion, my creativity into money. And I always thought that would be really cool. And I saw other people doing it. I saw teachers that I was teaching with, because back in the day, I was an elementary teacher. I saw other teachers doing it and making it happen, and actually making more money with photography on the weekends than they were making all week with their teaching job. And so I wanted to make this happen. And in today's episode, what I want to do is I want to break down the three big things that I did as a new photographer with a dream and goal to start a business. The three things that I did that helped move the needle the fastest for me. And these three things really are very actionable that you can start applying today if you have that dream to do something a little more with your creative hobby. If right now your pictures are looking more like you just took them on your phone than with your professional camera, then come join me today in my free 1-hour masterclass, the 4-step framework to confidently shooting beautiful portraits. It's totally free, about 60 minutes long, and will get you the information you need to start taking pictures that look more professional today. Register at cozyclicks.com/framework. You'll find that direct link in the description to wherever you're listening to this podcast today, or right on the show notes at cozyclicks.com. So about 15 years ago was when I got my hands on that first borrowed DSLR camera that I got from my dad, and fell in love with taking pictures, fell in love with photography, fell in love with the pictures I was taking of my kids. But like you, I had a dream to do more with photography than just take pictures for myself. And now, at first, my dream wasn't to have a six-figure business where I had a team of people behind me. My dream at first was just to make a little extra side money that maybe I could leave my full-time teaching job. Maybe I could have a steady flow of income, a second flow of income for my family. Maybe I could make enough money where I could just do more fun things with my kids on the weekends. So I didn't have huge goals at first. I just wanted to know that I could do it. And maybe that's your goal right now. But really, whatever goal you have for growing your photography hobby is the right goal. And today I want to walk through the 3 things that I did that made the biggest impact in moving from just a mom with a camera to someone who is making money with photography. And it starts with the most important one I want to start with. And really, this first thing that I did is so big. But when I say it, it's going to seem kind of small to you. It's going to seem not actionable, but it's a mistake that most people make when making that transition from hobbyist to business owner. And when I say business owner, again, I want to reiterate that business owner can mean a lot of things. It can mean someone that's making an extra $100 a week, or it could mean someone that's making 6 figures or more a year. Either one of those and everything in between is a business owner. So the first thing that you have to do is what most people skip past, but it's so, so important. And it is working on your business mindset. Now, I know that might seem not super exciting, maybe not the answer that you wanted to hear, but if you sit down and really think about it, it's going to make the biggest impact for you. Now, let me explain. We are creative people, right? You and I, we love to take pictures. We love to look at, color and light, and we love to see what we can create with the camera. We love to see the pictures we can get of our kids. We have that creative mindset. And a lot of new photographers think that that's all they need to start making money. They think if they can take a great picture, a beautiful picture, everybody is going to want to start hiring them. And that is not true. You have to shift your creative mindset from just being that creative person that can take good pictures into a business mindset. And that's very, very different. It's a really difficult shift to make. But when you can take and you can shift your mind from creative person into entrepreneur, that's when the magic starts to happen. You've got to think of yourself as a business. You have to think of yourself as a business owner and work a little bit differently than you do when you're behind the camera. Okay? So it's important to take a look at the way you think about yourself and the way you think about business and really focus in on that. Now, what does that mean exactly? Well, that's going to bring me into point number 2. When you're thinking of yourself as a business, a lot of photographers usually don't come from a business background. We didn't go to school. We didn't go to college. We didn't go to college for a business degree. We, like I said, we're creative people. So right off the bat, this is where a lot of us get confused because we're not sure how to translate what we love to do into a business sense. We don't have that business background. And a lot of times that's an excuse that we tell ourselves right away. And a lot of times it is that right there that stops so many creative photographers from actually moving ahead with their goal. We're scared. Okay, we don't know how to do it. But I want you to know you have more knowledge on business than you realize. What I want you to do, and this ties in with that whole mindset thing, you have so much business knowledge that you're just not thinking of it the right way. Every day, just about every day, that's kind of a bold statement saying every day, but just about every day, you are a consumer of something, right? You go to the grocery store and you buy groceries for your family. You go to Target, you do a Target run, you choose to purchase different things. Maybe you have chose to get your nails done, or your hair done. Maybe you have hired a photographer before, but every day you're consuming something. You are a consumer, you are a buyer, and your choices are based on how those businesses are marketing. And you don't even realize that, right? You make these choices so just in the back of your head, just like on autopilot. And you don't realize that you are making buying choices based on their marketing. And when you take a step back and you start looking at how these businesses are getting your money, what are they doing to get your attention? You can use any business in the world, okay? You can look at Target, you can look at IKEA, you can look at, the local dentist you go to or the local hairdresser you go to. What is it that drove you to that person? Was it an Instagram ad? Was it a Google ad? Was it a fun marketing campaign? Was it a flyer that you got in the mail? What is it that is driving you to those businesses? Whatever it is, whatever you resonate with, those same exact strategies can be used to market your photography business. Again, going back to that mindset, you just have to think of things a little bit differently. Okay. And then the third thing that I want you to really start thinking about, if you are one of those people who want to take your hobby into a business, and again, I'm going to say this again, a business can be something very small to very big scale. Okay. If you want to do that, you have to, number 3, this is the third one, you have to take action. You can learn from me from podcasts like this. You can go into Google and search how to find clients. You can, read articles, get books. You can go back to school and get your business degree. You can do all of that. But if you don't take action, some kind of action on starting your photography business or starting to make side money, it's not going to happen. Okay. So important. You can learn. And I think it's important to learn, but if you don't take what you're learning and put it into action, things aren't going to happen for you. And I want to tell you this too, just to kind of let you breathe a little bit easier. Not everything you put into action is going to work. Some of the strategies you might learn and put into action might fail, but some of them will succeed and more will succeed. And the more you learn and put into action, the more and more success you're going to see with your photography business. Does that make sense? All right, I want to recap those 3 things really quick for you because they're really important. Number 1, shifting your mindset to a business or entrepreneur mindset. This is first and foremost the most important thing you can do for yourself. Number 2, realizing that you do have business and marketing experience from the years and years and years you've been a consumer. Take a look at some of the marketing strategies or advertisements from the businesses you shop at and love, and use those same strategies to help build your photography business. And finally, number 3, whatever you learn about business, marketing, entrepreneurship, you have to put that in action. Don't just learn, but also take action. That is extremely important. And again, I want to give that quick disclaimer that some of the actionable things will fail. That's totally okay. It's going to happen. Not everything you put into action will work for everybody. And it's okay. And I want to give you that permission right now. But some things will work. And that is your golden ticket. That when you take action and you find those things that work for you, that's when you're going to see the goals come true. That's when you're going to see your dreams just explode the way you want them to.
All right. I hope that you found that of value today. I hope that gets you thinking a little more about your unique dreams when it comes to photography and how you can build and grow and do even more with photography. Because while it's great to have photography as a hobby, and while it's great to have those pictures of your family and your kids, it's even more fun to build on those dreams that you have right now and take action on those. All right, everyone. I will be back again on Friday with our new Focused podcast segment, the Friday 5 and 5. That's a 5-minute quick episode. So I hope that you join us over there. If you haven't subscribed to the podcast yet over on iTunes, while you're over there leaving a review, hit that subscribe button too. That way you don't miss any of the 5 and 5 episodes or any of our full episodes that drop on Wednesdays. All right. Until next time, here's to staying in focus in camera and with your goals. Bye for now.